done as a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Like I said again, time,
Yeah.
money. The money thing is a big part of it because as a competitor, you have to pay fees, the
Yep.
cost of your suits, you got to pay for your coach, food, most definitely. That's one of the biggest expenses. And, and alone, your suits. Compared to the men, as I call them, the banana hammocks and boy shorts, y'all women have to really be
Those
very,
suits aren't cheap, let me tell you. Then the
yeah,
hair and the makeup and all the
mhm,
stuff that goes into it that guys don't get, just their
yeah.
speed up.
Speedos and tan. That's about it.
Yep,
Most
yep,
guys,
yep.
if you got any hair, you can either mousse it up or she can shave it. That's
Right,
it. That's the two choices
right.
you got. You like they always say, shit, shower, and shave. That's all men we do. We get ready. That's all we got to do. We might put on a little cologne, stuff like that. That's it. But y'all ladies have to really be presentable because, like I said, you have to bring this look of femininity, style, this grace. And also you're walking around in high heels. That's
Yeah. Lots of practice in those things. And let me tell you, being a tomboy, it's hard. It is hard. But I say, if I can do it, anyone can do it.
Well, like I said, yeah, if you're determined enough and you are focused enough, yeah, you can do it. Like I said, but it has to be about understanding what's involved in the sport. Most people wouldn't understand what it takes to be a competitor in bodybuilding. And that's the thing is, you have to be open-minded. You have to be willing and determined. And it's a lot of goals to the sport. There's a lot of hoop jump you got to jump. No one's perfect, but we always want to be a little bit better each
Yeah.
time you get the chance to step on that stage.
Yep. And
So,
that is the goal.
uh, yeah. So, is there anybody you follow sport? Sid. You trained by Sid. Is there anybody you really admire that you see that just you have a lot of respect for?
Sid, definitely. I got to watch her at the Olympia in 2022. I went to Vegas, so that was really cool. Um, some other bodybuilders that I really look up to. Derek Lunsford, the guys, big guys. Andrew. He was Mr. Olympia last year. Strong Christian guy as well. Andrea Shaw is just graceful. I saw her compete at the 2021 World Championships. Let's see here. Melissa Tyke, physique, now bodybuilding. She's down in Tucson. I followed her for a few years. Just incredible work ethic. And it's really cool. As I was posing on stage for finals, Sarah Villejas was right in front of me watching. Two-time Miss Olympia for women's physique right there. Really, really cool to be posing on the stage and seeing those people. And then also when I was walking out, I met Sean Clarita. He said, "Hey, welcome to the league." So that was really cool too. It's cool to be a part of these people that it's kind of like, when I was growing up, I wanted to be in the WNBA, right? And I idolized Diana Taurasi. And now it's like, I'm that person in that league with these people that I've followed for the last 5 or 6 years. It's really cool.
Yeah, I mean it's great because I remember my first time when I went to a bodybuilding show. This was like about a couple of years ago, and I get to meet some of these ladies. I even saw Andrea. She was doing guest posing with Mona Persley
Yeah.
that year. I saw Linda Murray up in the front because it was her show, and she even smiled at me. I even talked to and took a picture with Lita Popa. I
Oh yeah.
met
Yeah.
Andrea Vicchio, she competed back in the good part of the 90s and 2000s.
Okay.
Beautiful physique, great. She also runs her own company, which is Muscle Angels. She do a lot of photos and videos with a lot of female
Okay.
bodybuilders, and just was experience. And then, as you mentioned, I am a fan of Andrea Shaw. I think this. I always pull her up because I think she's so beautiful.
Yeah.
I can't.
She's so
I just
beautiful. And then when she poses, it's just like graceful. You're just like, oh my gosh.
I just get. I just fell in love with her because she just has that great look. I hear people I know and who I have
Genuine
talked
woman
to,
too.
and
Yeah.
genuine, great. This is one thing I always like to pull this out because, as my other guy says, he said like this, if you're good at something, never do it for free. And when I do this content, I enjoyed the friendships I've gained from some of you ladies. A friend of mine, she runs her own company. It's called Bad Rap, and they do clothing. Really dedicated to women's bodybuilding, female bodybuilding.
Mhm.
And she was at the Olympia last year, and she did this.
That is
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah, it's just I think it's the last issue of Muscle
Yeah, yeah,
Development
yeah,
because they
yeah.
don't do yeah.
I saw that. Oh
And
my gosh.
she's on the cover. I love it. I hug it. I call it George. And
Yeah,
it's great to see someone like her, especially for women's bodybuilding, to get the
mhm.
opportunity to be like on a major magazine. Like back in the day, used to be free about this well in the muscle mags, but things have changed. The muscle mags about this thin, and they don't have women that much. Even your division is getting kind of the stink eye. Like
Oh yeah.
yeah, because recently, as you know, some shows are not carrying figure. Even almost when the classes don't carry it anymore. That
Yeah, and they're
and
cutting physique and bodybuilding too. I mean, they're bringing it back, some of them, but I like how they're doing the Triple O Dynasty and some other shows.
yeah, but this year coming, the Triple Dynasty will not have women's physique because of money issues.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they need some sponsors, but it might change. You get a
Oh,
sponsor, it
okay,
might
okay.
change. But I know you guys, because Sydney said they're putting up like $9,000 for figure division.
Wow.
That's yeah. Hey, that's your posing coach.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you should up with that.
You know
I'm
what's
about
really,
because
really cool though is the World Championships. That all women's bodybuilding show is incredible, and that's just
yes.
like 30 minutes away. So I'll be there in August or September, whenever they do it.
Oh, cool, cool.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, her name's Tina Williams. She used to compete there about every other year. Tina's a great lady. She didn't compete last year. I mean, this year. She competed last year, but didn't compete this year. It's an invitation. I mean, I've been a fan because like Jake Wood, thanks for that show because it was originally for women's bodybuilding, but then he expanded it and brought in the other divisions.
Hmm.
I mean, it's a show really exclusively for the ladies. Don't have to share it with banana hammocks and board shorts. But but like I said again, I'm really more of a fan of women's bodybuilding. I'm becoming a bit of a fan of women's physique. Europe division, I'm getting there a little bit, but to me, wellness and bikini, I just no offense to them. Those ladies work hard, they train, but it's a TNA show for me. I mean, I I'm gonna make my crime, Quincy. I'm a muscle purse mouth.
Yeah,
Like I said,
your favorite
yes,
is the women's bodybuilding, huh?
yes. I mean, just
Yeah.
ladies just look so beautiful, just
Yeah.
pumped, just even y'all ladies and figure y'all look amazing, But there's an old smo saying, Quincy, when you ladies rock hard, we'll rock hard. But never mind about that. So we got here a comment. This is from my man, balls deep. He comes through. Hadn't seen him in a while. He says, "Smoke gang. How you doing, brother? We admit our crimes because it's just a different look for a woman. To change your body, to have muscle, to have
Right.
conditioning. Most people, especially in society, don't feel that it's very feminine. Because you train people, you see how someone saying like, "I don't want to be like you. I just want to get toned. I don't want to get." Here's the mindset of most people.
I'm like, you need
They feel
muscle.
you need muscle. The thing is, people say if they live 20-pound weights, they're gonna be like Jay Coulter, or Jay Cutler, or they'd be like Ronnie Coleman. No, you're not gonna be that. You're gonna be a
No,
bit of
you don't
sugar.
just wake up, and you don't also just wake up jacked. It's like, gosh, I wish it worked like that. No,
Yeah, sometimes it's either hard work and a bit of DNA. If you have the good genetics, it works. And if you either to put in the work and time, into it. Like when you train, like you say, like right now you're working your legs. Which is your favorite and least favorite workout when you're training?
oh gosh, hack squats. I hate them, but I love them. Like they never get easier. And if they do ever get easier, you just increase the load. But that tension on the quad, oh, it's been great. Like I have never had the separation and that definition. If you look back from my Vegas pics, which I'll probably post the transformation here in the next couple of weeks of my Model T from Vegas to now, it is completely different. And it's that size and that conditioning. I actually was up 3 pounds on stage weight so a year and a half. I gained 3 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, it's like anything. With bodybuilding, it's that love-hate relationship. You love training, you like the
Yeah.
regiment, but you hate what you have to put yourself through. Especially if you're doing like training thing like legs, your body's tired. You feel like somebody been beating on your legs all day. But if you really want to and really want to be the best in the sport, you have to be an overall athlete. You have to work on those weaknesses and also work on your strengths.
Right.
It's
Right.
so much work involved in it. And we're talking earlier, like with dealing with society's issues with bodybuilding, especially your family. What's your family like? Like your mom, your dad. What their feelings when their daughter say, "I want to be a bodybuilder."
My mom supports it, 100%. I mean, it's just, I was a 3-sport athlete growing up, so my siblings get it and support me. My mom's always been really strong. She's actually a 2-time cancer survivor, so currently in the hospital with broken hips. So that's part of why this is so special for me, is just if she can continue to push through, I can push through. And yeah, so I haven't really gotten much like, oh, muscle. Like I've always been an athlete. I've always been, so it's pretty cool. And I called all of them, and my sister was crying, and mom was crying, so it's, the support's there. It's great.
Well, I hope your mother feels all right because I was through it with my mom. She was doing with she had seizures. She was sick and in and out of the
Mm,
hospital, and it's tough, especially someone like your mother. Like I said, oh, say the boy's best friend is his mother. But I'm glad that your mother and your sister support you. Most definitely. I've talked to ladies tell me that family, they don't understand it sometimes. I mean, one lady I was talking to, her mother don't want to. She don't even want to talk about it. Sometimes her dad loves it. And then I have ladies who have children, who they love their mom. Sometimes I pick on and say, you know what, do your son like going to the shows and you see your mom on a stage in a
right. Yeah.
bikini and walking around and you say, hey, and some guys look at and say, hey, who's that? That's my mom. Yes. Hey. Coming home, so I got to fight for your love, mama.
Right.
So this is what man, Warrior 2000, shout out to Warrior says, real quick,
Oh,
just wanted to say hello to you,
hello.
your guest.
Hello.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, it's this is why I do these things. Interview with ladies like yourself who can share your stories, maybe educate people what it takes to be an athlete in this sport.
Hmm. Hmm.
Mhm. Yeah. So this is something I was asking, and especially being a fan. You know, as you know, food is both a weapon and a tool for a bodybuilder. So say it with me, Quincy. Tell me, what was that thing that you desired the most right after the next show? That thing.
All right. So to be honest, George, I wasn't really craving any food until I landed in Texas, because I was so driven on winning my pro card, right? Just working hard, whatever it may be. And So it wasn't until like Wednesday or Thursday, my friends and I went shopping, for the goods. But we went to the Yard House after, with my other wellness best friend. Love her to death, and her husband, and all my friends were there. And we destroyed nachos. Those are probably the best. But pizza was, to be honest, it was kind of overrated. Like I was just kind of like disappointed. We
Well,
got like pizza and it was dry, and then I think we got cheese curds and some boneless wings, which were dry. So I was like, oh, it was kind of a letdown, but it was great people. I got to enjoy some food. So
here's the thing about Texas. Texas is thick with barbecue and ribs, stuff like that. Pizza, that's New York, maybe
see,
Chicago. That's if you want to like. I was watching this thing with Jon Stewart, and we was on Daily Show. We're talking about pizza between New York and Chicago. We're talking about how pizzas are collectively, like, and he talking about the pizza where they have it's like mush. It's garbage. It's forget about it. But the
see,
states like unless you are an Italian cook or an export pizza
yeah,
in Texas,
see.
don't do it.
That's what everyone's telling me. But like Yard House is a chain, and we have it here in Arizona, so it was just right next to the convention center. And so I was like, oh, whatever. But that's what everyone said. So the next day, my friends and I, we went to the stockyards at Fort Worth, and I got brisket so that was cool, on a big fat salad, because I was like, my body was just like, what did you do to me the next day? So I got up and did cardio in the morning, and I was like, oh, I had like that night I like crashed on my bed in my tan with my makeup on. I ate too much. My stomach was like, what is this?
Yeah, because I remember when I started to make the decision to eat a little healthier. One day I was out and about. Had a doctor's appointment, and my nephew, it was like Mother's Day. It was like last year, and he reminded me, you mind stopping somewhere and pick up some stuff because he wanted to get ready for it was my sister. My sister, she is her son, my oldest nephew, and so you mind stop picking up stuff for Mother's Day? Okay, so I was hungry. I said, you know what, I'm hungry. So I stopped by this Chinese restaurant I used to go to. Even though I love Chinese food, it's my addiction. It's like crack for me. But I just didn't, I don't know, because my taste buds changed, my habits changed. I just wasn't into it. I did like the taste of it, but it just wasn't the same. Um,
Needed a carb
here,
refund.
yeah. Here we have a man, Warrior says, also good luck to you, ma'am, in your journey as a pro and wish you well. Thank you, brother.
Thank
Also,
you.
this is from Jared Frank. He says, you rock Quincy, inspiration to so
He's one of my
many.
good guy friends. He came out to my show, actually.
Uh, well, does he compete too,
Thanks,
or just
Jared.
good for you guys? Yeah, that's good. It's good to have friends to come in. I appreciate you coming too, Jared. Also, this is for my man Warren says, you crack me up with your part Joker voice whenever you mention cheat meals with your guests. You're crazy as hell. Yes, because I know I'm just an agent of anarchy and chaos. I gotta see a sweatshirt about this. I gotta take care of him. He just want to come out. So, and also this is from Warrior says, I love Chinese food too, George, and Caribbean food too, also. And also, his question says, Quincy, where are you from, Quincy? So,
I live in Arizona, born and raised in Oregon, though moved here almost 9 years ago.
yeah, I know Arizona, like I said, it's a growing mecca. I mean, for bodybuilding, like I said, the Wing Strip is there. There's the Rising Phoenix. You're gonna, just
Hmm.
it's great opportunities. I mean, Texas is also a growing mecca.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
yeah, because
Huge.
Texas Pro is going to be next year. Also, Adam Wins Bodybuilding, and Sarah Vilga is one of the promoters. The four-time Women's Physique champion. Impressive list.
Yeah.
So I just say you're going to take the rest of the year off, and maybe it's going to be 2027, possibly for a
Um,
debut.
yeah, 2026, 2027. Probably. Yeah. So just cruise out of this reverse diet, get us to a good spot. Want to keep body fat pretty low as we continue to grow. So working through the reverse hungry right now, but it's going to pay off. I think I'm about like a pound and a half above stage weight right now. 17 days out. I will take it. Enjoy Christmas, which is nice. I didn't get to enjoy Thanksgiving. So, um, but yeah, so the goal is just to continue to grow and grow and grow and grow and grow. Utilize different, like mini cuts throughout, but really put on more size. Because so they pulled you out. So they took the overall from each class and they put them for an overall. And I think there were 6 or 7 of us, and the girl that won could win a pro show tomorrow. It was phenomenal. So they moved me right out of the middle to the side, which it was. I mean, it was just so it just got to get bigger, and that's what it is.
Yeah, I think her name is Kaylee. A friend of mine met her at
She
Texas.
looked incredible.
Yeah, at Battle of Texas right before she did the nationals. She's
Yeah,
also, I think she was a natural competitor. She was an OCB. She jumped over to do this show. Got a qualification at Battle of Texas. Press Physique. My friend Eunice told me about her. I didn't met, and started following her. Like I said, I'm really, when I started this content, I was focused on women's bodybuilding, but I've been expanding a little bit. I mean, interview women in figure and fitness.
yeah,
I even interviewed some bikini pros, even wellness pro. So a good amount of amateurs, because y'all ladies have a story that really needs to be recognized and
yeah,
shared, to know what's involved as we get to sport. Like I said, the sacrifice, the time, the money, the mental, the physical,
yeah.
attributes you have to put into this.
Right.
And most people wouldn't want to do what you do, but you have to be committed and passionate for it. Because, like I said, it's not a very lucrative, sport.
No, it's not. And to be honest, it's a pretty lonely sport. You know,
Yeah.
because most people don't get it unless like I was in Texas around it, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. Being around other people that are like minded. But a lot of, like I said, it doesn't get posted. The work doesn't really get posted on social media, and people don't understand or care to sometimes, which is okay. Like I don't. People have their own passions, but there's a lot that goes into it mentally too, is a big side of it. Like 5 days out, I don't cry much. And 5 days out, I was on the couch crying, like, why am I doing this? What am I doing? And and wanting to quit. And I'm like, no, that's what separates you from these people here is pushing through those hard days, So it pays off.
Yeah, because I know a lot of ladies tell me it's just a lot of stress to it, and the mental aspects change your body. Sometimes you be starving, you be
Yep.
tired, you be near, like especially we get on the stage, you have these hot lights on you, and all people see in the audience are these buff
Yeah.
athletes, vascular, huge, all the muscle, trim, tight, conditioned, but don't understand what it took you to get there, the dieting, the training, depleting your body of water because you want
Yep.
your veins to be vascular.
I think I had like 7 ounces on 7 ounces of water on the show day.
Yeah.
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 And what's crazy is that I normally sit about 40 pounds heavier. So people, it's just, that's, people don't understand the other side of it. You can't be lean and shredded all the time, right?
No,
You
you
have
can't.
to take time to grow, and body fat has to get up, and things have to be uncomfortable, and I have a whole different wardrobe in there, right?
Yeah, because that's one thing I think it's hard for women because your body portions, how your body be bigger, then your waist be smaller, and your legs to be because it's hard for clothes. I think somebody can really make a fortune, being designer for men and women in bodybuilding. I mean, you have to get either you have to shop, like some women have to shop in the junior miss department because they want the smaller clothes, or then have to get the
Right.
clothes here. There's so much that's involved in this.
Yeah, I think my pants, like I have to get bigger pants because of my quads, not my waist.
Yeah, yeah. It's just I think there's a lot to this, and you know what? This is why I enjoy talking with women like yourself who are passionate about when they get to sport, who understands all the aspects of it. Like again, it's not a lot of financial windfall unless you're lucky enough to have a sponsor. So, are you been sponsored, or you've like
So
interested in
I
being
am
sponsored?
I was with Cage athlete as an athlete. I'm actually talking to a couple other companies right now. So there actually is one that I'm going to be releasing soon, but I haven't shared that yet. So, but I am talking to a couple supplement companies, trying to find one that aligns with me and who I am as a bodybuilder, a coach, a woman. And now, so that's yeah.
That's good because you know what? It's good to find something that works with you. A lot of people
Yeah.
they get they find something I just want to check, but you want
See.
something to align with your beliefs, your ideals. I know, especially in the women's side, because sex does sell. Yes, that's just unavoidable because some ladies they do, as I call them, excuse my language, they're the beat the meat websites. That's what they are. They do it because it's the way to make money. Because even if you do have a job, it's a good job, it's not going to cover all the costs of your travel to the shows, the getting your room, paying your coach. Sometimes your food bill is like maybe so much higher than your rent in a month. I
Right.
mean, it's just so much involved with it, the hours and the time, and I wish that there was. Now that you're a pro now, I wish there was more benefits for y'all. Like
Right.
maybe little discounts here and there, or hey,
Right.
if you get if you're working with a suit, someone with a suit, hey, knock me off for maybe a couple $100.
See.
Those little things help in the long run because this is truthfully, it's a hobby sport. If it was more mainstream sport where you can make a good chunk of change. You
Right.
can use this as a living. You don't have to work a real job. You can just do the coach stuff on the side because you like it. But this will be your living. But it's not. Unless you are in you're like a Samson Dua or the Derek Lungfords or
Right.
even
Right.
someone
Right.
like
Right.
the top competitors like Sid or Andrea or even Sarah. Sarah's a rich man's wife. She don't worry about that. You know, but for you other ones who I call y'all the one with your boots underground, 10 toes down, still in the trenches, still trying to climb and fight and get into the big show at the Olympia or the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic or the Rising Phoenix. It takes a lot.
It does. It's an expensive sport, that's for sure. And unless you win a pro show, you make a little bit of money there, and even then, and then the Olympia. So there are other shows that are coming out, which is awesome that they're doing for these pro athletes. But yeah, it is a hobby. You gotta really love it. You have to really love it.
Yeah, you gotta love it. Anything you get into, and like I said, it's tough. But you like there's this old commercial. It's like the Peace Corps. It's the toughest job in the world, but you gotta love it.
Hmm.
So, folks, we're not gonna hold Quincy too long. I know she's a busy lady. She got clients. She's time to sit out with me and talk with me, and share her story. I mean, much respect to her. Still a young lady, still passionate. I think she has a good future. This sport is about time. This is what I've in my discussion with many of you ladies. This is what I learned. It's not about trust the process. It's first understanding what you get involved in, and then you trust it, because you don't want to go with something. Because I've heard stories where they get a coach and he gives them the same cookie cutter plan, gives another competitor. It doesn't work for everybody's different, especially women. Men and women are always biologically different. And when you understand what's involved in it, the sacrifice, the time, the money, consistency, the discipline, determination, dealing with things such as post-show blues. Shout out to my man Jeremy from Female Automotive, remember that. Body dysmorphia, so much to this. And then sometimes doing this by yourself. But as long as you have people like Jared here and your coach and your mom, I hope she feels better, and your sister, you're not really alone. I have known ladies who told me that friendships they've lost because they got just because you can't go out and do what you used to do, like go to the bars, and you stop drinking, can't go to the clubs, you go to bed early, you get up early in the morning, you train, and then especially if you have a job